Chapter 17, 5:10 AM. Hey guys, it's August and welcome back to some more Ghost Trick. Last time we found ourselves trapped in the assassin submarine and it's now heading down to the bottom of the ocean. And Lynne, Kamila and Missile are with us too, but there's no way for us to get out. At least Lynne's safe because, yeah, at the very last moment something saved and now looks quietly down at them. It's like a weird hook thing. My head is filled with one giant question: what in the world is this thing? Well, it must be a ghost of some sort. I mean, how else would it be able to manipulate items like that? Although even we didn't have that sort of power. Like being able to move all these individual parts. That's one powerful ghost. Wait a second. Is it him? Oh my god, it's the man in red. I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... It's him. Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynne all evening, aren't you? You knew about me? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. That's true, yeah, the entire time he was out to get revenge on the people who ruined his life. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Cecil, look at you, what happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight I thought I was you, Cecil. Cecil? My name isn't Cecil. What the hell? I bet you'll remember really soon who you are and who I am too. What? So us and him are linked after all. The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Yep, we are not that dude, so there's no point having his face any longer. Although look at this, Camilla's knocked out, the man in red seems to have given up and Lynne's just there waiting. They got us good, it's all over for the submarine. Its engine room is destroyed, there's a hole in the hull, it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me, I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they want now. The Temsik fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. Okay, that would explain why he looks the same age. Oh, well, whatever. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. Kinda feel like I should pick the other one first, but okay. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. Okay, so it's both turning us into ghosts and giving us these time powers. Interesting. One of the characteristics of the meteorite is the ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is also strange, confusing, and can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Nice to see you, Missile, I forgot you were here. Yeah, the strange confusion that just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? Alright, back to power effect. These 10 years I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got it figured out. All of us have flames. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects! Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get. It seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Okay, that would explain it. So this dude, I guess, can manipulate both objects and people. How do you explain he got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago. Yeah, he definitely was. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute! Is it I got my powers too? I was just thinking about that, yeah, because Missile died on top of the Temsik fragment. Oh, poor Missile. Although thanks to that death, he's been able to help us all night, which is nice. Aren't these Temsik remains still right there in the park at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite radiation too. Interesting. So it gives us time powers and gives us ghost tricks. That's one hell of a meteorite. It's almost like something from another world. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continually cycling between moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut the guy's body with a scalpel. That's true, yeah, it would just regenerate. So I guess as soon as the incision was made, his body would just regenerate? Wow, exactly what I said. Let's hear about the revenge plot then, because this is what I'm really interested in. Before I left the country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister, I made him sign the execution order. But I thought he might have called off the execution at the last second. So that's why he wanted to get his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsik. And then take it all for themselves, no doubt. Because yeah, with that sort of power they could do anything. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. And Cabanella was another. And the old pigeon man too. They were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, so was he, I bet. I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temsik fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. Wait, what? Lynne? Why Lynne? If you weren't there in that park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you became a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. So we're finally seeing this in person. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. Yep, she doesn't believe him at all. And then... I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me, such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. No, the second one there. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. And then the assassin showed up. So I guess even though Lynne was only like 10 years old, they still wanted to kill her because she was there when the Temsik incident happened. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. It was us. I showed up, yep. Man, that was so long ago. I mean, the same day in the game, but what, like 3 or 4 months? Oh, even longer than that. I was supposed to meet up with him after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were these people targeting me? I'd never even heard of the Temsik meteorite. Because you're looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsik sooner or later. Okay. I do like the fact that both, you know, the Man in Red, the Assassins, and Cabanela were like, kind of working... How can I put this? Like, they spent the entire night trying to fool one another, and in the end it seems that the Assassins came out on top. Because yeah, like, what the hell can we do in this situation? We're trapped at the bottom of the ocean in the submarine. There's no way to get back to land. Just the friggin' 5 of us here. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for the water pressure to crush his submarine. Oh no! There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea, we hook up to a phone line and... There are no communication cables this down deep. They're meant for the submarine to be my coffin, a coffin for the dead. There's no escape. Shit. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling this 10 years. You what? This feeling, cut off from the world all alone in the submarine, sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. Oh, Kamila's up. Come on, I'm sure the 5 of us can think of something. Although what? Kamila! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, She knows, Lynne. If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. Oh, Kamila, I'm so sorry. Who's this? Oh, is it us? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsik fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why do they have to jettison your body off into the sea? Oh, that's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. The pocket watch! Oh my god, why does Lynne have it? But yeah, they friggin' shot Cecil or whatever his name is. So yeah, awesome. It's true, yeah, although... Let's see what we can do. It could be like friggin' anywhere on the ocean, really. We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynne? Right. Oh, and wait a minute, what about a torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. Looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. Okay. So what should we do? Go talk to Lynne? What does it say, Lynne? So his shell is definitely there in the command room, right? Just without the fragment? It's there, yeah, but I don't know about calling it a shell. Detective Jowd's watch will tell us exactly where it is. Right, he said it was a radio receiver, didn't he? There might be another torpedo in the submarine. If we use it, we can get Detective Jowd. That's a brilliant plan, Detective. You think so? Haha. So what are you gonna do, right on top of the torpedo? Same here. So let's go find another torpedo then, I guess. Although, maybe operate this first? I don't want to open that door because that would just screw us over. Ooh, some delicious grapes. Wait, so they literally just shoved the grapes in the assassin guy's mouth? Oh, a telephone. Let's see what this connects to. Connects to the torpedo room, let's go. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there, I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it, you're gonna use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram it, we don't want to blow up Detective Jowd, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there.